Hello, hello, hello.
Are we live
Yes,
today?
we are. Yeah, we are.
No intro today?
Oh, y'all want the intro?
No, I
Well,
mean
it's
I
kind of late for
was.
that.
We're supposed to do the intro. It ain't never too late for the intro. Hold on.
Georgia Gridiron Gang is here.
Come on now, shout it.
Tune in.
And you better not lose.
Georgia Gridiron Game.
Keep that same energy.
Welcome to the Georgia Gridiron Podcast. Come on in and have a seat.
Where's the wizard?
Daddy, can you take a football game?
Prove it on Friday.
This is getting messy.
In what?
Let me go hit my supplies before we get started.
Oh yeah, they got a chance. It's a snowball chance.
It's Thursday. B.S. Rollins, Esquire.
Tune in.
And you better not lose.
Gang, gang.
Well, that was interesting.
Hey,
Okay,
it's the
so for the
preseason.
second
Hey,
time.
it's the preseason. Work with us.
Well, you sound like you working with your supplies already.
Oh, son. For the second
Uh,
time, good evening, people.
Good evening, everyone. Y'all come in and say hello to us. We missed y'all. We're here on Wednesday, and guess what? Starting Monday, you'll see us 3 times a week. So come on in and get to talking. We got some stuff to talk about today, guys. Say hello. We are here. What I was looking at, y'all, I just shared on my page. I got secondhand embarrassment. I can't even break it down.
Oh, Lord. Heading over
check.
there.
I'll check it out later. I'll check it out later.
So, being that this is the first live week, how are you guys feeling?
I feel good because I'm watching football. I'm watching high school football right now.
I feel good too. Like I kind of got my feet wet last Friday. I liked what I saw for the most part. It's football season, guys. It's football season. It's here. And I don't know how to act. You know, I get really, really giddy during the fall.
Hey, football does that to you.
It
I
does.
just I just need to smell the grass. I might need to get in the truck and ride on up by the high school or something, smell the
I
grass a little bit.
know.
Then I'll be excited.
No, okay, that's what it is. Yeah, because I was like I said, I was able to kind of see. I was able to see a little bit. See a little bit with the scrimmage this past Friday, so I was good. Where are all my people? Do they know that we're live?
They gotta
They
know.
should. We live on Facebook. We live on YouTube, and we live on Twitch.
Y'all are
Shout
gonna make
out
me
to the Twitch
sad.
world.
Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to them. It's how was everybody's day before we get started?
It was cool.
My day was
Okay.
I ain't
cool.
got no complaints.
Work was straight. I had a pretty good day. My baby started school today.
Oh, how
Yeah,
was Trey's first day of pre-K?
honey, pre-K woke his ass out because he is still asleep.
I love it. I love it. I love
Yes.
it. That
And
mean
my
they
big
do.
boy got a fresh haircut. So yeah, we had a great day around these parts.
That is awesome.
Oh,
I'm
and
glad.
to top it out, the daddy is in the kitchen cooking. My night gets no better than that.
I know that's right. That's right. Good job, mama. Good job. You deserve it. How you doing, Mr. Garrett? Toombs checking in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you excited? What's going on, Miss Heather? How are you doing? How was your birthday last week? Did you enjoy yourself? I know you did because Thomas kind of Central put BTA.
Hmm.
Okay, like, mm, I just I wouldn't even All right, they could have pulled their starters in the first quarter. That was awful. But welcome you guys. So glad that you decided to join us tonight. So since you all are here, don't y'all want to talk to us about did you all have your scrimmage? I know Miss Heather did. What about Toombs? I can't remember if y'all scrimmaged or not. But if you did, tell us how everything was, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you think you need to improve on. Did Cedar Grove have their scrimmage or they have it this week? I,
I had this last
oh
week.
yeah, they did have it last week. I remember we talked to you about that.
Mhm.
Is Thomasville having one?
Um, uh, I don't believe that we are. I actually think that. Hold on, I'm looking right quick. I'm so ill prepared. Forgive me.
No. Okay. Gabe says they have Toombs County plays Dodge County for their scrimmage. That ought to be a pretty good scrimmage, actually, Mr. Garrett. So next Monday, make sure you come let us know what you saw, what you liked, and what you didn't like. Is Dodge County in 3A too, or they still in 2A? Because that I think that'll be interesting. I know Dodge is in with Dublin, so I think they're 2A. Thomasville is playing Pelham, Heather Smith.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Hill. Like she's saying it, and Art was telling me at the same time. Yeah, Pelham. So yeah.
You know what you
Hey,
said?
you know what? It might not. It might be very interesting because I mean, considering where we are and who
Yeah.
they've always been.
So you're saying it could be competitive, which might be sad, or it might give you false sense of hope, maybe.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Interested
Or
in seeing what that outcome is gonna be.
yeah, you might surprise some people. I still say Pelham and Mitchell County just don't have no business having two separate schools. Like, go ahead and
Exactly.
merge and be competitive.
Exactly. Because if all of those, small outside towns can collectively make up Thomas County Central,
Mm-hmm.
they definitely should return to that. I'll say.
Agreed. Gary said Dodge fans were saying they were beating us by 21. Yeah, okay. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't.
Beating Toombs by 21?
Mm-hmm.
My
Well,
lord. In
I mean,
what?
I think
You
Dodge
ain't
is
lying
gonna
on
be
that one.
I think Dodge is gonna be pretty good this year, but I don't think they're gonna beat Toombs. Toombs is they've got the talent. Not only is Toombs a talented team, Toombs is an extremely disciplined team. They listen and they pay attention. You know what I mean? And yeah, I was gonna get into that, Miss Heather, before when some more people got on there, but definitely we're sending prayers to Warner Robins High School today. I was actually in Warner Robins over I was probably about two streets away from North Davis Drive, and my classmate told me, "Girl, they just had a shooting at Warner Robins, and they couldn't find the person that was shooting." I was like, "Let me get in my car and go on." But I just sending prayers to the Warner Robins High School. That is so scary. I think the student was shot in the leg. So prayerfully, it's not a life threatening injury. Um, yeah, I wasn't in any danger, Heather. But yes, I am glad I'm okay. I'm glad those kids are okay. But I'm sending prayers to the victim, and not only that, just to witness that had to be, you know, devastating. And I know the young man, one of the young men's. Well, I know his mother. Long story, but one of the young men that I know said that the kid was that was doing the shooting actually sat next to him in sixth period. Like,
Mm.
wow, it's It really is sad.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
So expect to see metal detectors at Warner Robins High School from now on. Expect. Obadiah. Oh yeah, that is me. You right, Miss Heather. It was a little interesting because it's very close to the base, and I was really basically across the street from it. What's going on, Obadiah? How you doing? TCC checking in. I know you had a good time last Friday, didn't you, sir? I know you did. So, TCC is the only one on here that's had their scrimmage. So, if you want to tell me what you like, I'm sure you liked everything. And who was the quarterback? Can y'all at least tell me that? Who was the quarterback? And do you think you'll have a definite quarterback, or are you still gonna go with the two-way system? Let us know. He said, and did. I know you did, friend. I know you did. You looking at back to back. Looking at back to back.
It's gonna be this season gonna be interesting for 6A. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a very, very competitive classification. Which one do you think is the hardest? You think it's 6A? You think it's 7A?
6 and 7.
You
Well,
think
no. I take that back. I'm gonna say 7A because for 6A, and this is just my opinion, right? When you look at 6A, you have about a good 5 teams, right? That you can go and bet some money, go out to Vegas and put money on to win the championship. It's 2 teams that you can put money on right now in 6A. Then those 2 teams being TCC and Creekside that you can say that's going to be in the state title game at the Benz, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at 7A, everybody expects Buford to run away with it. True, no ifs ands buts about that. But I think Carrollton, Grayson, Douglas
Milton.
County. Hold on, no, Buford, Carrollton, Grayson, Douglas County, North Gwinnett, and Valdosta might have something to say. Because when you look at 7A, go ahead.
No Milton?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just asking.
No, Milton is 6A. Milton's in 6A.
Oh, okay. My bad. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So when you look at 7A, because we're going to display the 7 on the AJC preseason top 10 tonight, later on tonight. But when you look at the top 10, Buford, Carrollton, Grayson, Douglas County, North Gwinnett. I don't know why they put McKeachin at number 6. Because I think Valdosta is going to jump them. It's better than McKeachin, but I think Valdosta is a team that you can put in the mix. When you look at the AJC top 10, what team between 2 and 7, and I'm saying this for a reason, i.e. the AJC top 10, what team between 2 and 7 is going to be at the Benz to play Buford for the state title?
Mm.
So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into it later on tonight, but yeah, 6A, 7A, very competitive when you get down to 5A. I think 5A is wide open. There is no preseason favorite really right now in 5A.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get down to 4A, you got to think obviously Sandy Creek is the favorite. They are returning a lot of talent. Who's that team that's going to play them at the Benz? 3A.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody expects it to be everybody expects Carver Columbus to be there. And then who's going to play them? It's between Toombs and Worth County.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest about it. And then when you get down to 2A, again, you got your normal blue collar. Hurd, Swainsboro, Fitzgerald.
Dublin.
So, sis, I ain't trying to make you laugh, but Thomasville, Dublin, Blakely County, right? You got your Brooks County. You got your normal, you got your normal blue collar. You get down to single A. You got your normal blue collar team. Lincoln, Bowden, Clinch, Wheeler. Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna play Lincoln County? And then when you look at your privates that's in 4A on down, it's between Calvary and Hebron Christian, if you ask me.
Oh, okay.
Which is something we're going to talk about later on in the show, unless y'all just want to go ahead and jump into it now.
No, I mean, We're gonna let you drive the boat, sir. What's going on, brother? How you doing, T. Abe? Um, Heather says both of the quarterbacks played, and I'm wondering, Waldrop, is he the one from Rome? He probably started out. But either way, there's no huge drop off in talent in Thomas County Central from last year. I mean, y'all lost a lot of studs, but like I'll just kind of reload it.
Overly
So
loaded.
yeah, overly loaded.
TCC is hot shit right now.
All
So
right,
guess what?
so
So guess what I'm doing right now?
you are
I'm
watching
watching.
football.
I'm watching high school football on Atlanta News First, and I am currently watching South Gwinnett play Lanier. Let me see what's the score: 23-3 in the third quarter with 2 minutes and 1 second left. Because South Gwinnett just got a safety on Lanier.
Oh wow, Polar near.
But now I'm looking forward to that game at 8 o'clock. So I might go mute about 8:15ish, 8:30ish. I might not be saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why. But
Understood.
Corky Care has a good schedule this year. I think so. They got some good games in there. Because that was day one. Day two, I would love to go see that Walton versus Roswell game, but I didn't take Friday off from work. I don't know if I want to take Friday off or not yet to go see that
Mm-hmm.
game. But I think that's going to be a good game. A good game. Tune in for that one. Now we're going to jump to next week, right? We're going to jump to next Thursday. I just want to see McKeachin. I don't care about Kell. I just want to see McKeachin. That's all I want to see is McKeachin
Do
and
you
see what they're working with.
do you think they're fool's gold, or do you think they're legit? Or are you just trying to, you want to see so you can make a determination on that?
I need to see so I can make a determination because it's hard to make a determination in a fall scrimmage game. It's hard to tell with some teams.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is because take Creekside for an example. Creekside didn't even play their starters. They didn't play a lot of their starters in that spring game. I
Mm.
mean in their fall scrimmage. So it was hard to get a feel for Creekside. The only thing you say about Creekside, okay, they got some they got some good depth, but you know that's why I don't put a whole lot of value in fall scrimmages because they are vanilla. You just gotta wait to see that first game of the season unless you're at the practices and you see the talent at the practice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Understood.
Day four at Blessed Trinity High School. I don't care Centennial. I don't care about that Centennial Dunwoody game. I don't even know how Dunwoody got an invitation to play. But that Decatur and Blessed Trinity game, that I want to see. I got to see that.
I want to see if Decatur can kind of get over the hump. You know?
Well, Decatur's got a good test. They're gonna have a good quality test against Blessed Trinity. So we're gonna see.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
We gonna see what Decatur looking like. And then the last day at Center Park Stadium. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about taking a day off from work and sit down there for the whole day.
Oh wow.
Hebron
Okay.
Christian, Carvin Atlanta Parkview against Coffee, Houston County against West Forsyth. Depending on the weather and the temperature, depends on if I'm gonna sit out there all day.
Understood. That's not a bad matchup. It's at Georgia State Center Park Stadium.
Yeah.
Gabe says 7A, 6A, and 3A will be the most competitive classes in his opinion. That's a fair assessment, Mr. Garrett.
I agree with you. And when we look at the AJC top 10, I think everybody else will agree with you.
Marquise, what's going on, nephew? Good evening to you. How you doing, home team Alvin? He said he's back tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad that you decided to join us. What do you think? How do you think Carver Atlanta looks this year? Do you think they lost a lot, or do you think they will be competitive?
They will be competitive. I duly truly believe they will be competitive. Um, I do feel my only issue with Carver Atlanta is their passing game. They got to get that passing game. They got to upgrade it. They got to get it together. How do they do that? I don't know. But that's my issue with Carver Atlanta is the passing game.
Yeah, they
Because
ain't
last year the
good.
passing game was shaky. Can the quarterback build on the success on the production that he had from last year and bring it forth this year? I don't know. Only time, the season's gonna tell that story.
Oh, Marquise, I understand, baby. He said he's down because he dropped his baby girl off at Tuskegee and it's hard. I know. Eh, I can only imagine. That's a long ride too for you. I can't stand that ride, and it's only 2 hours for me, so I can only imagine how long it is for you from South Carolina. But my heart goes out to you, and just know that she's gonna be okay. And trust that you have done everything that you needed to do to raise her right, to teach her right from wrong, and that she will know how to go over there and flourish. It's not easy to get into Tuskegee, so I know she's a smart young lady, and she's gonna do just fine. And I
Right.
will be.
Kudos to her for even, making it that far.
Yes, a lot of people can't say that. And I will be seeing Tuskegee at the beginning of the month in Mobile, Alabama, so they can get this beat down from these Wildcats in football and the band. I'm excited. I know y'all didn't. Well, I mean, you do, Shakira, because you're in Tallahassee. But when you're in Fort Valley, Georgia, in the early August and fall, and you hear the Blue Machine Marching Band practicing, it's a feeling that you just can't. I can't explain it, but it feels good. It's like, okay, fall is in the air. I know Alvin can relate. Ta he can relate. Because where we grew up, it was like right there. So we heard them practice, and we knew they were gonna play Saturday before everybody else. So um, she's gonna have a great time at Tuskegee. She gonna ball and parlay, but she gonna get that schoolwork too.
Hey, heavy on the ball and parlay.
Yep, whether it's sunny or gray, they gonna ball and parlay. They get crunk every day because that's the Tuskegee way. But she's gonna be okay.
Hmm.
Um, where's Forsyth? How are they?
It should be. I'm gonna put it like it should be a cakewalk. I'm not gonna say a cakewalk. It should be a victory for Houston County
Mm-hmm.
as long as Houston County doesn't underestimate and undermine their opponent.
I don't think they will. I think
And
they.
me neither. So I'm gonna say this: West Forsyth ain't gonna be much of a fight for Houston County.
Okay. Marquis said it's a nice facility. It's just in the boondocks. Let me tell you something, sir. I've been going to Tuskegee for, see, I'm 50, so I've been going to Tuskegee 40 plus years. Ain't nothing
Can
changed in Tuskegee except they got a CVS and then they got a new government building.
can I say one more thing on that Houston County West Forsyth game?
You can.
If Houston County don't win by 28, something wrong. Something wrong with
So you're saying if they don't win by 28, they will probably finish third or fourth in their region?
them. Yeah, yeah. You know what? That's great. Yep, I'm around.
Are you away from your phone, sir?
Yeah, I did walk away from my phone. Can you not hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear
Oh,
you
you
now.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me
Yes.
now? No, I
Yes.
walked away. Didn't. But yeah, yeah. If they don't win by 28, they in bad shape over. They in bad shape. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean they played Colquitt pretty close. How you doing, Mr. Robert? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cindy to our love. So the quarterback from Rome started, and he's not from Thomas County Central, but the quarterback that moved to Georgia, moved to South Georgia started, and then the other one played as well. Good job.
Mm.
Um, Alvin says exactly home team. Hearing that blue machine across Willow Lake Road was part of my childhood. I never missed a Wildcat football game growing up. You and me both, friend. You and me both. Mr. Robert says, "Go Houston County Bears." This Shandon. Shout out to D2. We miss you, baby. We really do. Stephen Wynn says, checking in from Leesburg. Looking forward to Friday's scrimmage against Carver Columbus. Yeah, that's a good one, Mr. Wynn. I thought about going. Is it in Leesburg or is it in Carver? Because I know last year it was in Leesburg. So are y'all going back to Otis Spencer Stadium? Because I'll be coming. Oh, Roland started. The okay. Yeah, because that would be a good one to go to as well. But my cousin talked me into going. I'm gonna see what my plan is to be coming through Columbus on Friday because I gotta go see a man about a mule. But I think I'm gonna come back to Middle Georgia to watch.
No. You gotta go do what?
Gotta go see a man about a mule.
All right. So on the screen, what we have are scrimmages for this weekend. We got Locust Grove at Jackson, Southwest Cab at Monroe today, and then we got some scrimmages going on Thursday.
Okay, I'm looking at.
We got a lot of scrimmages on Thursday.
What moves the needle? Why are Claxton and Tatnall kind of playing in a scrimmage? Seems like that would be a rivalry game, and that would be a big gate for either one of them. Because I doubt very seriously they get a lot of attendance. Otherwise, seems like Claxton and Tatnall that should have been a regular season, so somebody could make a big gate. But who are me? Okay. Aiden from Rome also played. Okay. Did you like one better than the other? Don't say that. Don't say it out here. Okay, so it's in Leesburg. Okay.
Don't say it out here.
Yeah. I will be interested. Yeah, Tuskegee's not far from Columbus at all. You can go down Highway 80 and get on 85, or you can go up the back way 80. And baby, it's country. It's all good.
Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
New Hampstead versus Savannah Christian. New Hampstead really kind of fell off once that quarterback left. They just went back to where they were.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Smith Station, Alabama. Smith. Okay, that's right across the way. Claxton versus Tatnall equals snooze fest. I know, but I'm just saying, Gabe. Just think about it now. Don't you think that they would get more? Because you're from down there. Don't you think that they would get more attendance if it were a regular season game other than a scrimmage? Because now I don't think they get a whole bunch of attendance either way. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Jeremy? Come in here and sit down and act like you got some sense. We welcome you, sir. Did you go see Appleton County play? Did you go see Appleton County play? And if you did, let us know what you saw. What's going on, Chris Pace? How you doing, friend? I see y'all sitting up there beating up on Fitzgerald like that. Y'all ain't had no business doing that to them people. Oh, I said, well, I was finna type my answer. Don't type your answer, friend. We not trying to do that. We're not trying to do that.
Look at the mental patients showing up together.
I see it. He said, "Hello, my people. Forget the medication today." Oh my
Lord.
Marquis said we passed that school on the hill today. Carver looks like a college instead of a high school.
Well, they got a bunch of trailers out there now?
No, he said it looks like a college instead of a high school.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what we got going on the 14th. What we got going on August 14th?
Yeah, let me see. Oh, that sounds so exciting. Gosh, it's just too far. Brantley County and Butler at Wheeler. Damn, it's just too far from me. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Mr. Benjamin. Happy Wednesday, family. Hope all is well. Praying for our kids. These are some very difficult days and times for them. Conflict resolution is a thing of the past. 10 minutes can change their entire life. Love you guys. Peace and blessings. I agree. We love you too, Mr. Benjamin. And I agree. Emotional intelligence seems like at an all-time low. Like these kids do not they really need to start teaching conflict resolution again. Anger management, I think, needs to be there. These kids are just emotional. Well, adults too. They're just emotionally unintelligent. It just doesn't make any sense. Douglas County at Hughes. That's going to be a very good scrimmage.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
What am I doing on Friday when I get off work?
Oh,
never mind.
See, Abe, you gonna that's right around the way from you. You ought to go check it out. Dublin at Jeff Davis. Evans at Grovetown, Fannin County at Harlem at Westside.
Is this real right here? This can't be real. I'm sorry. That can't be real. So you gonna tell me that there's a possibility for these two teams, for Hebron Christian and PAC, to meet up in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all still
jamboree. They're at Marist, so is it a jamboree or something?
That's what it looks like. But I'm just saying, is that something that they really want to do? And then you going up to Marist messing with them folks? Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone until we get into the AJC top 10, and you'll understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Marquis said, "Why Butler from Augusta messing with them folks from Wheeler County?" I don't know.
Same thing we try.
Go ahead. No, what were you saying?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm with you on that one.
Stephen Wynn says Camden County and Bowles, Florida, should be interesting to see what Tucker Pruitt has been able to build. Yeah, you're right. I wonder what he's been able to do in the. Did he get there kind of late, or did he get there like right after the season? I can't remember. Was it like February, or did he leave in like December? I mean, I don't guess that makes too much difference, but how do you think he's gonna do, Mr. Wynn? Let me know. How you think he will do? Nick says, how will he build when it's his first year? I mean, he can implement some stuff. I mean, he's got a foundation. Camden County has athletes. I think they should have given that other guy a little bit more time, but I'm gonna leave that alone. I think that was a bridge. I think they did that on purpose, but I don't know their motive, so I'm gonna be quiet about that. Mr. Tyler says Peach County Trojans have a new linebacker from Westside High School. Yes, that is true. His one of his parents got a position at Peach, and y'all know how that goes. Your child can go with you if you go to school there. I mean, if you work there. Recruit. What you talking about, Jeremy? Who you talking about? Stephen Wynn says he got there in the spring. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, or was that Tomberlin they were talking about? No, he runs the option. I wonder, will he run the option at Camden? What y'all think? Marquis says that's just like Lucy Lane. He got the hell beat out of them last Friday against Swainsboro. Them folks did damage on Lane and Walker Boulevard.
Lucy Lane.
Bless their hearts. Well, I hope they did damage and got on out of them. Steven says he's built a good staff around him, and he has resources. Now you're right about that, Mr. Wynn. You're right about that. Nick says, so basically nobody wanted to go to Apley if he recruited for them. Jeremy says, Jeremy has a question for you, Mike. He said, how is Hateville Charter going to look this year? What is he? Is he talking? Is he doing something?
My bad. I was on mute. Man, I told you I got the boy over here cooking some lemon pepper wings. I had to talk him through it real fast. But when it comes to Hateville Charter, my thing with Hateville Charter is one, they're bringing back pretty much all the talent they had from last year. They should be better than what they were last year. That's me. Um, Hateville Charter will be a team to reckon with in 3A. I don't think anybody in 3A will underestimate them like they did last year. Like the same way teams did like the way teams did Columbia. I think a lot of teams are gonna underestimate Columbia myself. But Hateville Charter gonna bring they gonna bring the funk. They gonna pop some pass this year.
Okay, so you think they'll be a sleeper in 3A? Are they in 2A?
Yeah.
They moved up to 3A too?
Yeah, they're in 3A because they're in the same region with it's City Grove, Columbia, Carver, Atlanta, and it's another team that's in that region with them. Give me a second to remember.
So
it's Carver, Atlanta, Columbia, Hateville, and City Grove in that same region. So those should be your top 4 teams coming out of Region 6. Carver, City Grove, Columbia, Hateville, followed behind by McNair, Miller Grove, Redan, and South Atlanta.
So who do you think Hateville's gonna win that region?
No, I think Columbia is gonna win the region.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nick definitely left his medication at home. I'm gonna let you and Jeremy work that out. Stephen Wynn says he agreed. Had the 7A been under PSR last season, Camden County would have been a top 12 seed, to which I don't think Travis Rowland would not have been let go.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think they gave him enough time.
I know that PSR gonna be interesting this upcoming season. I do know that.
4A, what 5A and up? That the people that
everybody. Oh yeah. 5A and up who wasn't no 4A and up wasn't used to it.
Yeah, but I'm saying 4A is now 3A. So today's 4A is used to it because they had PSR last year, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
5A,
So 5A through 7A, it's gonna be interesting.
All I can say is this: I hope y'all got a good non-region schedule, and you're playing some quality non-region opponents from the state of Georgia.
It's gonna be some upset people
because if
those PSR ratings.
Because you playing out of state non-region opponents, it doesn't help you at all in your rankings. It does not. Because you know what it kind of feels like, but Jess, you know what this feels like?
What?
The old BCS computerized thing in college football.
It does. Okay, Mike. We are thirsty. We have a bot, but what I need you to do is make sure you get rid of the bot and don't block anybody else.
Just the bot, Mike. Just the bot.
I feel y'all on that. I can't do nothing with it. I don't know why. I can't. I don't have the option to for some odd reason. I don't.
All right. So let me go back and read these comments.
Jess.
Yeah.
Jess, my question is, can you highlight the comments while you read them?
I could do that. I ain't doing that.
I know Jess should be able to.
How do you do that?
Tap on it or click on it. Tap or click on the comment and it should show. And click on show. So y'all got to work with us. This is our last preseason show. So we're trying to work out the kinks for the upcoming season. So
it's our new house. We're still moving the furniture in.
Yeah, basically.
So here's the thing, Shakira, could you do that? Because I'm not able to do it.
So it doesn't look. I don't have the control to do it either.
See, that's what I'm saying. Jess should, but okay, we'll figure that out over the weekend. We'll figure it out over the weekend.
Okay, let me read what Chris is saying. Chris says Camden was predominantly wing T under Coach Jeff Herron in past years before Rowland. I think Roland ran a good bit of the passing game. I could be mistaken. I think Pruitt will do a combination of both. Well, you need to have a balanced attack. So, okay. I'm interested because Pruitt is a good coach. Um, no, Marquise, we will not be going over there. Anthony Stanley, how you doing? Wes Lawrence in the building. He said, "Hey there, my kings and queens. How are you doing tonight, King?" Obadiah
Hello.
says, "That's understandable." Agreed, and that's understandable. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, did East Lawrence have a scrimmage this week, Mr. Stanley? For those of you whose teams had scrimmages, can you tell us what you like? Tell us what you didn't like and what you're looking forward to. And yes, we know that everything that was presented was very vanilla, but just let us know what you think. Nick says sounds like the wizard need to come show y'all.
Man, don't say that dude name.
No, let's keep him. Let him enjoy the rest of his vacation. Okay, that's what we're
Why
gonna
you
do.
gotta say that man name? Now he gonna end up popping up eventually. Why? Cause
Ah,
you gonna
no, no,
say the
no.
name.
Like Candyman. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. Chad Murphy, how you doing, friend? Hey, all checking in from Thomasville. Welcome to the podcast, Bulldog.
Hey,
Good to see
Chad.
you. Good to see you. So yeah. And then if your scrimmage is coming up Friday, tell us what you expect to see. Nick, Gabe said earlier that Dodge County said they were gonna beat Toombs County by 21 points. What do you have to say
Mm.
to that? Medication. Since you off your meds. And let us know.
So here's
So,
no, you know what, yeah, I got a question for the listeners.
mhm.
Where were they at on Saturday? Where were
What
y'all at on Saturday?
what was I was gonna say where the hell was I on Saturday?
Look,
Okay, I know now.
I don't know about them, but me, Hennessy, and the baby daddy showed up.
I was there. I enjoyed myself.
I did too.
I did, and I hate y'all had to go somewhere. I like we were street over. We were on Third Street, and most of the buzz is on Second Street, especially
Man, that's man, y'all
especially.
talking. I want to hear from the listeners. Where were y'all at on Saturday? We sitting up there posted up, waiting on y'all to
I
come
mean,
through.
We didn't really
we can
advertise
chat
like
chat
that.
about it while we waiting.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
And
I ain't
actually, I
seeing
think we
that.
should do that like maybe twice a year.
I got no
Okay.
problem with doing it twice a year. Oh, we do it
Finna
twice a
get
year. We
seen
do
with
it.
your real
We
daddy.
do. We do it at Macon and we do it at the
Oh
Benz
yeah,
or
yeah,
wherever
yeah.
the state
Yes,
or wherever the state
yeah.
championship games are being played. Because we at the Benz for 3 straight days. This year we're gonna be at the Benz for 2 straight days.
Hmm. Well, most of us are. Nick, Nick
Do
Fletcher
I?
says, No, no, we're just gonna leave that alone." Nick Fletcher says, "In what?" They said football, sir. Um, Marquise says Thompson plays Greenbrier Friday night. They're young this year. Chris says, "I really couldn't get the look I wanted versus Fitzgerald in the scrimmage. We'll get a good test versus Parkview next Friday." I think so as well, Mr. Pace. Stephen Wynn says Buford and Baylor was good. The Baylor running back flexed and went to the bench. 2 carries, 74 yards. Buford will be Buford. Good Lord. The baby, he averaged 35 yards a carry. My. Heather
Dang.
said she Heather said she had a ladies brunch at church Saturday morning and then celebrated her birthday that afternoon. Again, happy birthday. When you get to a certain age, Heather, you celebrate the whole month. So I'll be saying that all the rest of August. Nick said he was working. Obadiah said he was at a homegoing service. So sorry for your loss. Marquis said he was at work Saturday, worked a double from 7 to 11. Got to do another one this weekend. You making that money. And, honey, with that baby in Tuskegee, you're going to need every bit of it, too. Bernard said, "Damn, Thursday, I thought you and the Wizard squashed everything. And y'all was back to share your supply."
So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know what happened. During the off season, me and the Wood finally had our court date. We went to court over some stuff that happened 2 seasons ago, right? Because we had, restraining orders against each other last season. We finally went to court this past off season. And so basically it comes down to we can interact with each other only in a business atmosphere. Meaning that, hey, I'm charging you and the witch rent now, or charging y'all rent now, so y'all got to pay me in some form of fashion of US currency. Not that medieval currency that y'all be dangling in front of my face. I don't care about that medieval stuff. But I need US currency so I can continue to pay the bills in this house, right? So that's the only way I can interact. And communication has to be done through electronic means, i.e., email or text. So that's where we're at now. Hopefully I can maintain my composure and have a face-to-face conversation with the dude. I don't even know what it is. 'Cause he way old. I don't know if I want to call him a dude or it or what. But yeah, I can't right now. I can't have face-to-face conversation. I have to communicate through electronic means. So it's a recorded conversation. The conversation is going to uphold in court, whether it's through email or text. So that's how I got to talk to him, and he talks to me. For now, hopefully we can come to an agreement and get that squashed so we can talk face to face. But right now, all I know is he's somewhere out there riding that broom somewhere around this hemisphere, somewhere around this earth, this world. I don't know where he and that witch at. So we'll see how it go this. We're gonna see how it go this season.
Yes. Nick says it's good to have hope, but Obama can't help him this time. He's talking about Dodge County. I think Dodge County is gonna be good. I would be disappointed if Dodge County does not do well this year. Now, with that being said, do I think they beat Toombs? No. But I think Dodge County will have a pretty decent team this year. Anthony Stanley says East Lawrence Baldwin didn't finish because of fighting. Some of the Falcons players might miss next week's season's game. West Lawrence Mary Person, the Raiders defense looks good after losing 7 starters. And the offense got to get a little more consistent without Ty Cummings. When you rely on somebody, a stud like that, it's gonna take some getting used to. So hopefully they'll get in the swing of things.
All you gotta do is ask Thompson in Augusta.
And they fighting already? My
Oh
goodness.
girl, I heard about
Give the
that.
season a chance.
Yeah, they didn't even finish the I don't even think they finished the first half. That's not a good look for East Lawrence. I will say that much. Now I don't know what happened, but based on what I saw online, I think East Lawrence was the aggressor, but I don't know that to be true. So I'm not putting that out there like that. But either way, it's not a good look. And I kind of think those people in East Lawrence are a little fed up or a little tired because I think they have, in their estimation, they have some decent talent, but it just never goes anywhere. So I pray that they get it together and that they're able to be a lot more competitive and do some great things. I'm pulling for you, Falcons. I'm pulling for you. Obadiah says if you get mail at the current address, you can't kick them out at least within 30 days.
No, I ain't trying to kick him out. I'm just trying to have a civil relationship conversation with the dude. That's it, man. I ain't trying to kick him out.
Oh Lord. Bernard Benjamin says the Wiz was paying in Trump coins.
Man, them things ain't got no value to them. That's why I said American currency.
Nick said, man, get you some 8-ball and some Hennessy and y'all hatch it out. It's a scrimmage. Who cares? Well, apparently they care, friend. East Lawrence and Toombs fought this summer too. Okay, so that's what we call a common denominator, right?
No, this right here is a good question.
Yes, I was about to ask that. Question: when students get into an altercation before the season starts, what punishment do you think they should get? Um,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Jess,
Yes.
I'm gonna let you think and formulate your thoughts
Go ahead, sir.
and formulate your words before you speak on this. I don't want you to stumble on this.
Go
And the
ahead.
reason I and the reason I say that is because this happened last week. So last week, prime example, last week, City Grove, MLK slam. Two players get into it on the home on MLK sideline. Referees had to come in, pull them apart. City Grove coaches then came across the field to grab their players, separate them, get them back to the sideline. Okay. Me and my partner, we sitting there talking like these dudes are putting themselves at risk of getting ejected out of this game and possibly not being able to play the first half of the first game of the season. But guess what? GHSA doesn't have rules in place for scrimmage games.
Mm.
They have rules in place for regular season games, i.e., if you get ejected from a game in the first quarter, you missed the first half of the next game, right? You get ejected in any time anywhere in the second half, you miss the whole game. Well, GHSA does not have rules for scrimmage games, i.e., you get into it in the spring. It does not carry to the fall. You get in trouble in the fall scrimmage game. It does not carry into the regular season.
So my question is this: that's the GHSA punishment. Do
Hmm.
the individual schools punish the kids? Because I'm trying to think
They should.
with the
They
Brunswick
should.
Gainesville, were there any repercussions for what happened between Brunswick and Gainesville?
I
And
mean,
as far
we
as school, I know the GHSA, but as
yeah.
far as school, the
I doubt.
school
I
system.
no, no. It wasn't none from the school system nor from the school itself because one, it did not take place in the school during school hours. So the administration is going to overlook it. They're going to look at the AD and the football coaching staff and say, "Hey, get your players under control."
Oh,
So again, that translates to a spring scrimmage or a fall scrimmage.
mm,
The principal is going to look at the AD, football staff, football coach. Hey, get your players under control because they do this in a regular season game. They would have been kicked out and not
mm-hmm.
been able to play in a game the following week or the next game after that. So it's up to the schools to implement and enforce that punishment and that discipline. Me personally, seeing what happened against City Grove between City Grove and MLK, I would sit that player out for a quarter in the first game of the season. I would sit him out. If he was a starter, which I believe he is, I would sit him out the first quarter as a punishment to teach him, dude, you got to maintain your emotions. You got to be able to control your temper. You can't be out here doing dumb stuff on the field because it does not only affect you, but it affects your team because you're one of 11 on the field at the time. That unit of 11 is supposed to be cohesive. Bless you.
Thank
It's
you.
supposed to be cohesive. And when you put yourself in a position to not be on that field, you're messing up that cohesiveness of that, whether it's offense or defensive unit, you're messing that up. So you got to teach that child, which what that player is, a child that is still developing, how to control their emotions and how to be disciplined enough to control their attitude.
Mm-hmm.
But that's me.
T. Abe says, depending on the severity, at least the first game. He also says schools should issue punishment for scrimmages if they are preparing them for life. I'm going to come back and read the rest of them. I'm just reading the stuff pertaining to what we talked about tonight. Anthony Stanley says, I think the hype has gone to their heads from the middle school success because they fought in the playoff against, and because they fought in the playoff game against Hurd County, which one of East Lawrence's best player in ESP 300 will miss the first game of the season. So you're saying they just got a little overexcited. And where did Mike go? That's okay. We're gonna keep the party going. What's going on, Danny Jones? Welcome to the podcast, friend. He says, congratulations on your podcast. Keep up the great work. I'm very proud of you. Thank you so much, Danny. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Danny Jones.
Good to see you, sir. Stephen Wynn says Lee County will be playing a lot of players Friday night, looking to find and establish the depth situational scripts. Okay. That and that's what the scrimmage is for. I think that's
I can ride with that philosophy walking into a scrimmage game. You already know who your starters are. No ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just need to establish them backups and how they're going to react in certain situations. So therefore, you got to script the plays that you're going to call to see how they react in certain situations.
Nick Fletcher said the GHSA rules apply in scrimmages as well. That's what he's saying.
Well, the referees ain't throwing the flags and calling it. Then I'm gonna tell you that now.
Fighting during a GHSA football scrimmage can absolutely result in a player being ejected because the GHSA specifically says football contests are played under NFHS football rules, and its scrimmage provision says the scrimmage is played with the normal timing / scoring rules. Now, whether they call it,
now here's the thing. Okay, I hear what you're saying on that, and I don't know about y'all, but all the scrimmages I go to up here, it's a running clock for the most part. Okay. They put 12 minutes on the clock and the clock is continuously running. It's no stoppage unless somebody gets injured. Change of possession, touchdown, punt, kickoff, field goal. It don't matter. The clock's still running for the for that 12 minutes. My thing is this. The GHSA is not enforcing this through their referees. And that's what I'm getting at because not one referee threw a flag on the two squabbles that popped off between MLK and Cedar Grove. Not one flag came out. So therefore, if you don't throw a flag on the play, guess what? You cannot eject a player. You have to put that yellow hanky on the field to get a player ejected. The refs are not doing that. The refs are more or less honing their skills for everything else outside of that, outside of the obvious, shall I say. So the GHSA got to talk to their refs.
Stephen Wynn says the head coach at my high school back in the 80s, if a player was ejected, he had to be at the school at 6 o'clock the next morning to run heels. And that's good. Let's see. Marquis said that's just like ARC in Burke County. ARC's quarterback and running back transferred to Burke County last year after the Christmas holidays, and the quarterback transferred back to ARC over the summer. The running back stayed at Burke County. ARC played Burke County last Friday night, and you can tell it was a personal. It got personal between both teams. ARC got the victory 21-6. How you doing, Mr. Hurst? Welcome to the podcast, sir. Nick said that's up north. They slow. Woo. What's going on, Mr. Suggs? He said, no, our scrimmages are like a game. Okay, yeah, because that was I will say the Lee County Carver game I saw last year was definitely had a game time feel. Anthony Stanley says the refs turned in 11 numbers to the GHSA for the brawl at the East Lawrence Baldwin game. So
maybe if it gets completely out of hand to where the sideline clears, yeah, it makes sense. But like I say, in this case, the sidelines didn't clear. It was the coaches coming off the sideline to pull players back, not players coming off the sideline. So,
oh Lord, I'm sorry. I'm going through my old text messages, and I just I deleted it from my phone. It's
Jet,
on my
jet,
computer.
jet, 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 jet. We don't want to hear.
I'm just saying, I just cussed somebody out real bad. That was horrible. It was a scammer. It was a scammer. Ooh, I cussed him out bad. I don't like scammers. Steven says South Gwinnett 29, Lanier 3 in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes remaining. Honey, go ahead and put Lanier out of that game.
Man, this game is over with. The game is over. The game is actually over with now. It's 29-3 final score. All right. So go ahead, Jess.
I was just gonna read what Danny said, and then we can go on and go get into the AJC, whatever you're gonna get into. Danny Jones says one of the key things they teach the players is to have great discipline no matter what, especially in the spring game. It is not that serious because all the teams are doing is just trying to see where they are. The refs are just letting them play in the spring games. They've got a bigger challenge during the season and the playoffs. Okay, makes sense. So now,
Yeah, but some players, you just got some hot-headed players that you got to, you know, take by the face, man, and basically tell them, dude, what are you, and ask them, what are you doing? You gotta have a Lou Holtz moment with some players. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes you have to. So anyway, uh, what am I on? Oh, here we go. So let's get into this AJC top 10. We're gonna start off at the top with Class 7A. Now, when you look at this top 10, I think Val Dawson should have been in front of McKeesha and been at 6. And now you take those top 6 teams. You keep Buford at 1, and you figure out between 2 and 6 who's gonna play Buford in the state championship game. Yeah, it's a hard call, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be me personally. I think it's gonna be Grayson.
Why you say Grayson?
A lot of talent on that team. A lot of talent on that team. And when I get to my other tab, I think you'll understand why I say it's a lot of talent on that Grayson team.
I believe you, because I mean they were really supposed to, they were heavy favorites to repeat last year, so I get it. I think I'm with you on McEacher. I kind of want to see where they're going with it. Nick says Carrollton.
Here's my thing with Carrollton. I know Carrollton got a good quarterback. They got a good running back. My issue is that defense. My issue is that defense this year. That defense has to prove itself to me. I know it's coming back on that defense from what they had last year, but it just has to prove itself to me. That's me. That's my personal opinion.
Oh, Nick says a great DC once told me, if you don't have a kid that's going to get you 15 unsportsmanlike penalty, you don't have a good defense.
And I feel you. You know what? I understand and I feel what Nick is saying because you got to have that kid on defense that sets the tone for everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to do it at the right time. You can't do it in a critical time. You got to be.
Now, it's not even doing it at a critical time. It's just the point of doing it because he's going to set the top. Because here's the thing. He got a quality. That kid that he's talking about, he's a senior, right? Mm-hmm. And that senior, mentally, he got a few screws loose. But what's behind that kid is a quality backup to where that senior goes out, gets that 15 unsportsmanlike penalty and gets kicked out of the game. You got a quality backup coming in behind. So I get what you're saying, Nick. Every good team has one. They keep him on a leash. And when that coach feels that the game is getting away from that team, from his team, he'll send that dude in. And that dude is going to do something stupid like a late hit on defense. I get it. Every great team has one. So I get it. I feel it. I understand it.
Nick says Carrollton. Obadiah, he said definitely won't be them Packers. Baby,
Mm-mm-mm.
that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a
Shots fired.
it's gonna be a traffic jam on 84 next Friday. Ain't it?
All right, so we're gonna move on down to 6A. Now, I like this 6A poll. I
Mm-hmm.
do. And the reason I like it is because I know for us, we put Creekside, we had Creekside at times and TCC at 1 and 2, respectfully, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one has TCC number 1, Gainesville number 2, Creekside number 3. I like this
Yeah, I do
because
too. After the Wood games, they got their ass whooped. They need to be like number 4. But I
it
get it.
ain't it ain't even it's not even the fact the way Gainesville got whooped. It's the fact of what Gainesville did. All right.
Okay.
But my thing is, we are. I think Milton is going to leapfrog Gainesville in this ranking, and it's going to be TCC, Creekside, Milton, and Hughes as the top 4 teams going into the playoffs. Now, what you have to ask yourself is, where does that put Milton and Gainesville? And the reason I asked that question to myself and or this podcast is because you have to remember when you look at 6A and you go through the regions, right? You have to remember Creekside and Hughes is in the same region. That's number 1. And then you got Milton is in the same region with Gainesville. So who wins region 7? Gainesville or Milton? That's gonna dictate where those two fall. And then, like I said, you got a Creekside and Hughes. Who wins that region is going to dictate where they fall. They're going to be top 4 teams with at least 1 loss.
Mm-hmm. That's what you
TCC,
like.
yeah, TCC. I don't see why you don't win your region. If you don't win your region and go undefeated 10-0, that's on you.
Yeah. How you doing, Mr. Suggs? No problem. Good evening to you. We are doing well. How you doing, Mr. Reddick? How you welcome to our podcast. Nick says, well, his first comment said TCC versus Creekside, then a coin flip. Then he says, scratch that. I gotta take Milton to play TCC, then coin flip. But I like the DB at Milton. He's a good quarterback. So let me go back up. Mr. Reddick says, Jason Stevenson is one of my kids I train. He's going to have a great year for Colquitt County High School. I'm a TCC alum, but I help all kids. And I'm sure he's going to do well. And I'm sure you do a great job with him. You can root for him and still root for your team. Yeah, that game is definitely going to sell out. Stephen Wynn says Milton, Gainesville, and Roswell.
I mean, okay, hold up right there. You saying Milton, Gainesville, and Roswell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at Region 7 and 6A, those are your top 3 teams in that region. Me personally, I think Roswell is going to finish number 3. And Milton and Gainesville is going to battle for that number 1 and number 2 spot. It's going to end up, when we look at this AJC ranking, I'm good with where Roswell is at. It's just a matter of Milton and Gainesville. I think Milton is going to get the edge this year and flip flop with Gainesville. I think Milton is going to win this region. Gainesville number 2, Roswell number 3, and flip a coin for number 4. All right, between Alpharetta, Johns Creek, Lanier, Riverwood, and Rock, Riverwood. Flip a coin for number 4. That's why I think Milton injury, healthy this year, Milton wins the region.
Uh,
Milton should have won the region last year, but they weren't healthy.
yeah, that messed them up. They had a lot of injuries. Obadiah says most people have Creekside ranked number one. Can you break down why the Georgia Gridiron podcast has Creekside ranked as number one?
Again, when it comes down to TCC, you lost some key players on defense. Do I need to mention names on who you lost on defense that graduated, moved on to the next level,
I think
or
they know that.
moved on to the next chapter of their life, right? Um, when it comes down to your offense, you lost a few, but not a lot. It's not your offense that I have questions about. That me personally, I don't question your offense. I question your defense to see how you replace the production that was lost on defense when I look at TCC. And the only way for TCC to prove it is on the field. Now, keep this in mind. We have you at number 2 behind Creekside. Not number. So we're not disrespecting you, because at the end of the day, what we're saying here at the Georgia Gridiron Podcast is that we feel and we think, and if Vegas had an opportunity for us to bet on it, it's going to be Thomas County Central and Creekside in the state title game. Now, who's going to win? I'm not going to answer that question right now because I can't say until we get to that point.
So, in other words, we believe that you're reloaded, but it's just something that has to play out. We believe when you say you're reloaded. We have no reason to doubt you. But
I ain't gonna lie, replacing Cam on defense, that's a big hole to plug, man. As much disruption that he caused, he forced offenses. He made that one guy that you had on defense in Cam Brooks force offenses to be one-dimensional. And when Cam was not on the field on defense, that allowed allow offenses to be themselves, right? So I'm just saying, you had a prime time on that defensive line that shift the philosophy and the thought process of an offensive coordinator, that made him run a way, sprint out past a way, roll out past a way from him, because that's how disruptive he was. The question is, watching the games that were played over the past 2 years, right, between TCC and other opponents, and when Cam was not on the field, teams had the opportunities to attack his side because he wasn't on the field. Do we need to go back to Lee County, to the Lee County game a couple of years ago? And when Cam hurt, I think Cam hurt his ankle. Cam got hurt that game against Lee County. And Lee County exposed the individual that came in to replace Cam.
They capitalized on his injury.
No, call it what? No, just call it what it is. They exposed that individual.
They capitalized on his injury.
Yeah, and they ran to his side.
Yeah,
consistently.
So they capitalized on him being out.
Yeah, because that backup was not ready for that moment. Now, yes, he had a year to get prepared after that. Here's the thing. He played, but he played a lot of garbage minutes. The offensive line had already gave up. Offensive line had been replaced. So let's see how that defense is going to perform this year. I got no issues with your offense. It's your defense. And you got to remember, this is high school football. Every team in high school football has a weakness on both offense and defense. On offense, it's going to always be the offensive line versus a blitz. When it comes to the defense, it's going to always be that one individual on that defensive front line that is not as physical as the other. So therefore, always expect the offensive coordinator of the opposing team to attack that side of the defense with the weak defensive edge, with the weak toward on your weak edge. And that's what it comes down to.
Obadiah said that was 2024, by the way. And
Yeah, that's what I said 2 years ago. I said it 2 years ago.
He says, just asking. We can't ask the majority of the people who come up with rankings why they chose the teams or how they're ranked. So it was nice to hear why an organization chose to rank the team the way that they did. Legitimate question. Heather said it was a different team from that game. Yeah, it was.
Even with you, and I'm not debating that. All I'm saying is what I observed when I watched the game. I watched the game, so I'm giving you my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Mr. Reddick said, "Are championship games this season still going to be during the week?" Unfortunately, yes, Mr. Reddick.
Let me answer that, Jeff. Can I answer that, Jeff? Real fast.
Yes.
They're going to be during the week, but guess what? They're only for 2 days and not 3 days this year. So what you all need to know is the state championship games are December 15th and December 16th at the Benz. 2 days only, not 3.
I'm really ready for them to move these games to the weekend.
And I think they will. But the thing is, you have to understand MLS, NFL, those games are set years in advance. And that's the thing that we have to remember. Those games set, 3-4 years in advance. So they're just trying to catch up now.
I agree. Welcome to the podcast, Earl. Welcome. He said, I can't lie. It's a lot of truth to what you're saying.
Hey, Earl.
How you doing?
Well, somebody actually agreed with me tonight.
I know it. No,
hey, Earl. Hey, Earl.
Y'all, stop blowing this man's head up.
Yeah, no, it's not even. It ain't even that. Earl, I know who Earl is. Man, Earl, love you, bro. Love what you're doing. But that comment by itself is coming from a true fan of a team that he loves. And being able to understand who your team is and is not without certain people on the field, I applaud that. I applaud that because, when that game went down versus Lee County, it's not me celebrating the injury to Cam Brooks. It was just a matter of me trying to help TCC understand that you have a great starting 11 on defense, but where's that when you start bringing that 12, 13, 14, 15 man on defense, it was a different thing. And that's why I stress and say this. When you're doing these fall scrimmages are not about your starting offense. They're about your head coach, offensive coordinator, and defensive coordinator putting those backups in situations to find that depth that they need.
See, that's why we want you to agree with him, because he done said this already.
I know I said it already, but I'm just saying. The thing is, these fall scrimmages, I don't put value in them. I cannot hold a team to what they did in a fall scrimmage, because at the end of the day, your head coach already know who his starting 22 is. And I'm not going to say it's 22, his starting 24. All right. And when I say starting 24, you got your starting 11 on offense, your starting 11 on defense, your kicker, and your punter. He knows who those are. We need backups, and I need to put these backups in game-like situations that I can't put them in a practice. So we're going up against a different opponent. I need to put on film so I can critique them and teach them and coach them up on what they need to do in game situations when I call upon them. That's what these fall scrimmages are for. The spring scrimmages is garbage. It holds no weight, no value, so whatever.
Yeah.
So if if you're consistently bragging about a spring a spring scrimmage, don't do it because
My
just
Lord.
wings. When you come to get to the fall scrimmage, we know what you got for starting, but talk to us and tell us what this young talent that's behind these starters are going to be like and
My Lord.
what they bring to the team.
Nick says finally someone gets it. Scrimmages are about the subs. Earl says,
I
man,
disagree.
Earl says, man, I tell people this all the time about scrimmages. Nick says,
I
when you ain't
disagree.
Nick, okay, and we get to it. Let me read this first. Yo, Johnny come late last gonna come in here and interrupt me. Hush.
Man, I
Uh,
heard my brother talking for a minute. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
Wait, hell, you probably been back there 10 minutes then, because he was
Yeah,
waxing poetic one.
yeah, yeah.
Nick says, when you ain't on the yak, you're quite knowledgeable. I keep telling y'all stop blowing this man head up. Heather says that's what was good about last year. Our starters this year got plenty of game time last year when they took the starters out of the half. Very smart. Okay,
Hey, can I
yo.
say? Hey, hold on. Can I say something to Nick? I'm on the yak right now, dog.
I was just
Okay,
gonna
Ah!
y'all
say,
got
I
I
don't
was
know
yeah.
about
what
to
you was
say,
talking about.
hey, I didn't want to interrupt Jess, but I was about to say, Nick, when is he not on the yak? So
Yeah,
he just
hey, I want to say it, but go ahead, yo. Welcome,
thing
sir.
is this. Appreciate it, and I'm glad to be here with my family. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here. My thing about what Bruh's saying and what a couple of other fans have agreed with, I don't take away from what you're saying. You know who your starters are. I do agree. You know what I mean? But if this was spring where you kind of mixing some pieces in and things like that, majority of preseason games, you got your starters playing some well into the third, starting the fourth quarter and things like that. Now, with that being said, I think the fall scrimmage is exactly what it is with the college ranks, where you see the quote unquote cupcake games. You want that going up against other teams. You want to see what you don't did in the spring and in the summer. You want to see it paid off, even if it's just for that first half. You want to see what your team gonna look like, because that following week or week thereafter, you got a game. It's go time. So I don't think you're looking for your backups and that type of stuff fall scrimmage. I think you want to see what your summer practices and your OTAs and spring and stuff. What has it amounted to? When we go up against an opponent that's not us, that's in a simulated game form, how do we fare? Because if it was a more about your backup, I think you would see maybe one or two drives like the NFL preseason. That is more about backups. You got starters that don't even play, or you get them one drive and they pull. You would see that going on in fall scrimmages. That's why I think fall scrimmages are more about your starters and seeing where you're going to be for the season versus looking at your backups.
Okay.
Well, let me.
You,
Well, hold on. So I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you this question, yo. And don't get me wrong. I do understand that a lot of high schools run in their fall scrimmages, run their starters for at a minimum 2 quarters, right? I get
Quarters.
that.
Yeah.
I get that. But here's my question. Why are you putting your starters at risk in a game that does not matter for your
Bro,
upcoming season?
bro, for the simple fact of what I just said,
No,
you don't went through your
hold on, yo. Let me finish. Let me finish my comment. And the reason I asked that question that way is because you've had your starters running through the entire summer, 7-on-7 camps that the team took together. You've had your starters running and performing. You know where they are. You know what you got. But why are you putting them at risk in
Same
a
situation. What
fall
you just
scrimmage game?
same situation you just said about the backups, bro.
Hmm.
There's a difference in 7-on-7 and OTAs and practicing each other. There's a difference in that and real game time situations. So again, you don't put together a hell of a summer. You don't put together a hell of a OTAs. You got all kind of camps that you attending and everything. What does that mean for the following week when you got to pad up and go against an opponent? You want to see what your summer has looked like with your starters, even if it's just for those 2 quarters.
You
You're
know
more
why?
concerned about what my team is going to look like this year in a game situation with my starters versus you are
Hmm.
for backups, bro.
Hmm. But see, you forgot one thing. Your starters have already put in quality time the season before.
Not always, bro. Not always.
95% of your starters has earned a varsity letter from the season before.
Well, maybe programs like Cedar Grove, but you have programs that you got kids coming in every year as starters because you have a program where it's just like an assembly line. Thomas County Central, I'm pretty sure. These guys that may be seniors for Thomas County Central this year, bro, guess what? They didn't start. It's their first year starting because you had guys that was older classifications that was starting before them. Buford, these kind of schools that's bringing these kids in. Carrollton, bringing these kids in. Bro, they're first year starters. They're putting out, you graduate 18, 19, 20 kids a year as starters, and you're bringing in new kids that's going to start. Now, a testament to that is what Peach County used to be, that we hope and getting back to it. What Carrollton has been, what Buford has been,
Hold
what
on, can
Thomas
you
County has
hold
been.
on? Hold
Oh,
on.
let me finish, bro. Let
Yo,
me finish.
yo, I'm gonna ask you one favor. Do not mention Peace County in this conversation no more. That's all I'm gonna ask you.
Okay, I'll say what I
Why?
said again. What Peach County used to be. Bro, we had a program where our starters, by halftime, by the second quarter, they were sitting down, and you had these juniors and sophomores able to get on the field and play. So when their time came that next year, and believe it or not, I hate to say this, I'm almost throwing up in my mouth to say it, but the last 4 years before last year, Perry Panthers had a process going where you had new starters, almost 11 starters on defense that was seniors because their senior class before them was starters. That's what you want with your program, bro. You want them rotating in like that. You want to be able to put teams away early and let these juniors and sophomores get their time on the field. So when their senior season comes, they got enough game time experience that they know how to handle it. But you still want to see them as a collective unit putting it together in a game time situation before the first game counts. And the best way to do that is through fall scrimmages, bro.
Yo, everything you just said is what TCC has been doing for the last 2 years. Their seniors who should have been their most productive starters for the past 2 seasons. I'm not even, I'm gonna say last 3 seasons have been doing. Majority have been senior starting. They get in the blowouts. What happened? The juniors, sophomores come in and fulfill those spots to get those seniors out the game because the game is out of hand. It's a blowout. It's done and over with, right?
Right.
This is why I say, again, this is why I say, and I'm focusing on the edge rush because it's one of the things that I got beat up on by TCC fans when I brought it up. Is when you bring that next guy in, that backup in, and I think, and I do, me and you agree on this. It's a drop off from that starter to that back off. But TCC has them, TCC has themselves in a position for those backups to get quality snaps, quality real time snaps. Okay. which means those backups are going to be is going to be prepared when they step up to that starter role. My thing is, and this is all I'm saying, when it comes to TCC, yes, I expect I need for that defense to prove itself to me, not the offense, but the defense to prove itself to me because yes, they got a lot of reps as young while they were young. They went through the spring. They went through a summer. They had a fall scrimmage. But guess what? Those backups from last year became starters. The head coach, in his mind, is thinking, I'm going to play my starters 1, 2, 3 drives, maybe 1 quarter, maybe just the first half because I don't want to get anybody hurt. My personal opinion, playing them more than 1 quarter, playing your starters more than 1 quarter, you're putting your season in jeopardy. Okay? I don't care about my starters. I know what they're going to bring. I need to get my backups prepared for this upcoming season, which will prepare them to be starters the next season.
Nick says, but programs that are building or built, they aren't just playing seniors. Freshmen and sophomores also contribute. On the 50 podcast, what's going on? How are you? I gotta put this on my calendar. I got choir rehearsal tomorrow. What time do y'all come on? I'm definitely gonna listen to you all tomorrow. I'm putting it in my phone. Welcome. Obadiah says, yo, giving youth pastor vibe. He just left Bible study.
Straight out
There's
of
a little Bible study. There's a little Bible study over there.
That Jesus all on.
Got a little anointing going on over my body right now. The Holy Spirit is moving. Now, one thing about it though, I don't disagree with the fact that at any given time, even if your team is up 40 points at halftime and you pull them, you always concerned about safety and want to see what you got going on with your backups. Okay, so I can understand that. But what we would probably need to do is through our interviews with coaches, that should be a question that we should ask them, because again, if I don't win all summer long, 7-on-7, OTAs, where you button up, you ain't really getting no good contact and all of this stuff right here, and I'm a coach, and I just come out with the mentality, oh, I know Caden Ivory is good at my starter, and I know that Ashton Barton is good at my back, and Josh Reese is good at my receiver. And if y'all don't know, I'm naming Peach County players because that's who I'm familiar with. If I know this, so I don't need them out there playing. And then that first game come, and they ain't even prepared because they hadn't been. Come on, bro. That just don't make no kind of logical sense to me. I guarantee every coach that we speak to, and I can't guarantee this, but I would say the majority of coaches will feel like, I need to see what my team gonna look like this upcoming. If anybody want to sit here and say I don't take no nothing into scrimmage games because I'm just trying to find out what my backups are and this right here, if that's the case, guess what? My starter's sitting down or I'm playing in one drive and I'm finna see what my backup can do in a real game situation.
No, I'm not saying that, dog. I'm not saying that, my guy. What I'm saying is you're going to protect your starters in these scrimmage games. No, if you got your starters going more than 1 quarter, and this is just my personal opinion, in 1 quarter, you should have a minimum of 2 drives. You should be able to call those 10 to 15, no more than 20 scripted plays that you want to run to see how, one, your offense is going to produce, and two, how the defense will react. So you can make adjustments to those plays or just be able to coach up on film. I get that. But if you running your starters more than 1 quarter, I think you're crazy as a head coach. 1 quarter is going to give you 2 drives to be for your starters to be productive of. I'm not concerned because as a head coach, I'm not concerned with my starters. I need to make sure I got the depth in place for these starters if something happens or when they get tired.
Okay, so let me ask you something, brother, and we can move on if y'all would like to. This just coming from 2 programs one with a historic
Bus
prestige
stop. Bus
program,
stop.
and one,
Man, stop with that.
just
Okay.
came, and one just came along once the 5250 bill came along.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
my
Okay,
question
keep
to
on
you is
moving.
this: Cedar Grove. I can go back and look at a lot of Cedar Grove guys. I can definitely think of the ones I've seen. Cedar Grove can jump out and be up on a team 30-0 in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Now you agree? You've seen that with your own eyes too, right?
Yep.
Yet and still, Coach Adam, uh, I'm sorry, Coach Patrick. I can't say I
Mm-hmm.
watched much of Coach Smith, but I know those two coaches I did follow. Can
Okay.
still let that starting offensive defense stay in until halftime. Why is that? Why is that when you already got the game handled out the first quarter? Why do you think they continue to let them stay in until halftime, then, bro?
Experience. They can get some experience.
And rep.
Experience. You want to see what your team got. How would they hold about? How would they play? Would they allow somebody to come back in and get back into the game? All of that is going through a coach's head. Not just, I'm up by 40, let me pull so I ain't got to worry about it. Let me see what this backup can do. No, you have an opportunity to see what your team is available to do in real game time situations. If you got that scrimmage game going on, like I said, if I'm worried about my backup, bro, my starters ain't even finna touch the field. I.e., look at the NFL. The first preseason game played just in the Hall of Fame game.
No.
And who was the quarterbacks in out there? It wasn't no
Hey, do me a
starting
favor.
quarterbacks.
Do me a favor. Read the comment that's coming up on. Read the comment that's up on the screen
If you're
to answer
playing
your own question.
If you're playing bum teams early in the season, you can afford to protect the starters in preseason scrimmages. But if you're opening up with tough competition, you better be giving your starters a good bit of dress rehearsal so you're more prepared.
I get that, and I understand that. Again,
Good take, home team.
I'm gonna say it again. If you're running your starters in a scrimmage game past the first half, why? I have
Okay.
no
Oh,
issue.
I agree. I agree.
Hold on. I have no issue. And I completely understand if why you would pull them in that first quarter. But some teams play teams that, match or should match them, right? In a fall scrimmage or spring scrimmage. I get that. Spring scrimmage, I'm not even gonna talk about because that's a whole different beast by itself.
That's a whole different. Now I'm all with you on that.
Now, when it comes to that fall scrimmage, for me personally, and like I said before, this is just my opinion and my philosophy. I want to be healthy going into the season, so therefore I'm going to protect my starters. My starters are not going past the first quarter because I don't want them to be put at risk of getting a BS injury during the scrimmage game.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. That's just me. But my thing with TCC is for the past 2 years, TCC, again, let's get back on subject, right? Let's get back on track. TCC blowing teams out during the regular season, gave their backups quality time, quality reps on the field, which helped them get prepared. If not for the next season, help them get prepared to become that starter. I understand that with TCC. I acknowledge that, right? But, and I want your opinion on it. When you look at the screen and you see this Class 6A AJC ranking, the only issue I have with it is Gainesville being over Milton.
Yeah. As you can see our rankings that we put together, I don't think Gainesville. I don't think Gainesville will be, especially not better than Milton this year. I don't think, and if I'm not mistaken, Gainesville is not just over Milton; they're over a lot of people in AJC, isn't it?
They're number
Yeah,
two.
they're number two. It's on the screen. They're over Creekside.
Yeah,
Last year's 5A champ. No, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Well, they
Four.
I mean,
5A, 4A champs last
I
year.
won't even talk about under six because I think Roswell, who beat Gainesville last year, is a better team. But what I'm looking at is the fact that you got them over Creekside, Milton, Hughes, and Lee County, I don't see it at all.
Well, I do want to say one thing real fast. Can I say one thing? And I'm gonna scroll back up to 7A because I know you didn't miss. I know you missed 7A.
And then we're gonna have to get off, and we'll talk about the rest on Monday. But go ahead.
Grayson is currently on TV right now playing in the Corky Kell against North Gwinnett. I just want to say that you got number 3 and number 5 playing right now on Atlanta News First on TV in the Corky Kell. They just kicked off. I just want to say that. So I'm watching me some good high school football while we're having this conversation. Okay. So real quick, we're gonna pack. We done talked about 7A, 6A. Let's move down to 5A real quick so we can get to this AJC top 10. In my opinion, 5A is wide open.
Yes, Obadiah, I see it. That's what that's why I was like, okay, here we go. I knew that was gonna happen. GGP is Georgia Gridiron Podcast on the 50. Gabe says, I read where the Toombs Dodge scrimmage starters are going to be held out the first quarter and then play the final 3 quarters. Have you heard that?
Man, I mean, that's crazy to me, but okay.
Yeah, I don't make a lick of bird sense to me, but hey, I don't have a team, so there's that.
So, how you feel about 5A? I think it's wide open. Oh, you ain't got nothing to say right now?
He probably going through a bad area, or he's on mute and doesn't.
Oh, snap. North Gwinnett just scored on Grayson. It's 6-0 in the first quarter right now.
Okay. Interesting. Well, guys, go ahead.
Well, hold on. I was going to try and get through all these rankings real fast, because I know we about to get off. I just want to get through these rankings real fast.
3 minutes. I'm leaving.
All right, no problem. 4A. I think 4A is one of the more competitive classes this year, along with 6 and 7. I'm going to throw 4A in the mix of being competitive because I do think Sandy Creek is going to take a loss, take several losses in the regular season. But I don't think we know Calhoun is going to bring what they bring. My thing is, I need for me personally, I need for Stevenson to step up and be what they were and should have been last year. All right. Now, when we scroll down to 3A, I think we all expect, we expect Carver Columbus and somebody else, whether it's Toon or Worth or Burt, to be in the playoffs against Carver Columbus in 3A.
I wouldn't hold my breath against Rockmart though, bro.
Okay. But my thing is, I think this ranking is good enough. My only thing is, I don't think Sumter County deserves to be that high. That's just me. All right. 2A. 2A, in my opinion, is wide open. I think it's open to everybody to win that they have listed in the top 10. I'm not going to Vegas and place a bet on Class 2A. I'm not. All right. When you get down to Class 1A, right? I mean, Class Single A. I understand why Lincoln is there. I get why Bowden is there. I get it. I understand it with Clinton Willard. And once I get there, I stop. After those 4 teams, I stop. Anybody beyond past number 4, they're just there, in my opinion.
Johnson? Okay.
Johnson,
I mean, they got to prove it. They got to prove it on the field.
Let me read Alvin's comment. Not sold on Stevenson. Always loaded with talent, but end up losing a game or 2 they should win. Yeah, they've been doing that.
And I totally agree. That's why I say Stevenson. Hopefully, they're the team this year that they should have been last year. They had talent last year to make a deeper playoff run, but me personally, I think it was coaching.
Speaking of Stevenson, I hope our buddy comes back this year, our coach, so he can come talk to us.
All right. So real fast, yeah. So for the private class, I mean, I got no issue with this private class at all. Calvary Day, Hebron Christian, and everybody else is just there.
Okay.
I
Well,
got
I
no.
don't think PAC gonna be too far behind, but I kind of agree with you, might with adding them in.
Okay, so with that being said, the last thing I did want to do tonight, which I was trying to get in, but we got into some discussion, was to
You start talking.
bring up and represent the AJC 11, Super 11 for this year. Um, these are some, these individuals put the work in on and off the field to get this recognition. So I do want us to recognize them. So, Langston Hughes, Mr. Kelsey Adams Jr., Grayson High School, who's currently playing right now. Jordan, I ain't gonna even try and pronounce your last name because I know I'm gonna screw it up. You know,
Adenoma looks like.
yeah.
But I
Adenoma.
don't
And
know.
now I'm
But
not gonna lie. This is a surprise to me to see Hampton High School have one on here. But hey, Kamara, do your thing at Hampton.
DB, ain't he?
Athlete. He's an athlete. I mean, the dude was 6'3", 200 pounds, so he could play anywhere on the field.
Playing DB, but I think he gonna probably be
Yeah.
scroll, bro.
All right. So the next one, moving on to the next three. Valdosta High School. We see you and we recognize you. Marquise Fennell, do your thing at running back. Kell High School. Mooney Gibson, do your thing out there at running back. Stevenson High School, KJ Green Jr. I ain't gonna say much on it. All I'm saying is 6'4", 230. Do your thing. But I don't know why you went to LSU. You could have been the next great linebacker at Georgia. All right. As we move along, DJ Jacobs, linebacker out of Blessed Trinity, looking for great things out of you this season. Elijah Patton out of Northside, looking for good things out of you as a defensive lineman.
Straight,
Put a lot of pressure, and
straight
we and
dog.
we and we expect you to have 20 plus sacks this season. I'm just saying, no pressure on you though. Tashawn Poole out of Howard High School, 6'2",
Safety.
185 as an athlete.
Yep. Playing safety for Howard. Great, great, great safety.
Do your thing. You putting Howard on the map. You bringing attention to your school. And then for the last two, Jalen Upshaw, receiver out of Lee County. You get that ball in your hands, you do what you do. And Gary Walker out of Creekside High School, running back. I know you're gonna tote that thing like you did last year.
congratulations to all of these
Congratulations to all
men.
y'all, man. Congratulations.
That is awesome. Um, to
Congratulations.
answer, huh, yeah, congratulations, guys. Alvin says Patman is a beast. Much respect for him staying at Northside. Yeah,
Yep.
bless his heart. Yeah, that was tough. So, guys, I'm gonna go back to something Obadiah asked, and he said the question was for the people who joined late, and now they have the answer. So yes, starting on Monday, we will be back, and we have an announcement about that. Instead of 7-ish, we will we're going to be pushing it back a little bit. So we're going to start at 7:30. It won't be 7:30-ish. It will be 7:30 on the dot. Y'all come back on at 7:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays so that we can have the podcast. And on Fridays, it will be after the game. More than likely, that'll still be 11-ish. But
11:30. I like 11:30.
well,
I'll be
Now they
halfway.
give me time to get home from where I'm at.
okay.
Bro, never mind.
Dude,
Yeah.
stop.
Never
Okay.
Not
mind.
on F.
It is.
Not on F. Not on F.
So listen, so if it's 11:30, we gonna get out by 12:15, because more than likely on Friday nights I got something to do. I mean, I gotta go to sleep because I got
Yeah.
something to do on Saturday.
Mm.
I
You
didn't realize how that came out. I don't have anything to do on
you ain't the
Saturday.
hey Jet, you ain't the only one now.
It is
I
that
don't.
far.
I didn't mean it like that. No, on Friday nights, and a lot of
Oh,
times I will have to go to
hold on.
sleep because I'll
Hey
be
Jess,
traveling
Jess,
on Saturday.
Jess, you DTG too?
Yeah.
I don't know.
DTD too?
I don't know
You
what that.
DT? Don't worry about it. Everybody that watch Martin know what it is. You DTD also?
Yeah, whatever that is, I have no clue. But I've just meant I need to get some rest because you on Saturday mornings I'll probably be traveling some places. Like I know after the Jefferson game, I'm going to have to go like September the 4th. I can't be on here long because I gotta go to sleep. I won't be on here on September the 28th because I'll be on in Tennessee on Friday, September the 4th. I won't be on here very long because I gotta go to sleep because I gotta get up in the morning and head down to Alabama. So that's what I'm saying. So on Friday nights, y'all might not see me as much because I'll have to get my rest. It's not that, you know. Yes.
That's what it
Gotta
is, right? That basically what it is on Friday night.
gotta have somebody for all that. I mean, I ain't got
Mhm.
nobody. So there's that. You're not dumb, Gabe. You're not dumb. And don't laugh, Miss Heather. That's not what I meant. I'm getting my beauty rest for my games on Saturday. That's it.
Mhm. You
But
can
anyway,
lie to the
guys.
people.
Anyway, guys, it's 9:07. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Again, make sure you come back Monday. It's gonna be 7:30. We'll be here at 7:30. Start
Now,
with.
yeah. So I only got one thing. Can y'all do me a favor and actually read the credits? Stick around and read the credits, please.
I think they do.
Nah. I'm just saying the credits are funny to me. I know I stick around and read the credits because I notice something new every time.
How you know? Y'all stay
Hello,
around
hello.
and read the credits, babies. And with that, Shakira, go on and tell them what to do. Thank you, Alvin. We enjoyed you too.
Good night, everyone. See y'all next week. Mike,
See
push the goddamn
Uh,
button.
okay.